It's super important to understand who is your competitor.
Man, it's like good ain't good enough, so you gotta be great, and I'ma do whatever it takes. Doing what I love in life, and I'll pay the price, and not stopping even if the shit kills me, even if it kills me.
Hi everyone and welcome to MattGron Talks. This is episode 95 and my name is Mattias Gronborg, aka MattGron, and I'm the founder of the HubSpot agency iGoMoon. And here I share my scaling up journey, building this company from nothing to something. And of course, with me, I also have my wonderful co-host Svea Malina Landshoff. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Hello, Mattias, and welcome to this vlog. And as we say here, this is where entrepreneurship runs smack into reality. Welcome. Mattias asked me to do a bit more aggressive, so I'm going to do that from now on.
Yes.
This is our tagline, and we talk about a lot of stuff, business related, entrepreneurial journey related, and we have a framework in place. Do you want to share it with the newcomers?
Yes. Hey, all the newcomers. We have a framework, and every Monday we talk about self-development and my journey growing as a human being and a leader. And today it's Wednesday, right? So we have a topic for every Wednesday, and I'm sharing everything I'm learning in the entrepreneurial process when I'm scaling up iGoMoon. And every Friday, we close the week with the weekly inventory. And what is Friday all about?
Well, Friday, you share with us what your week has been, made of, like all kinds of things that you've been up to. And like you said, your self-inventory, where you share what you could have done better or things you've learned along the way. And also sometimes you give kudos to people involved who did a really great job that week.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
Celebrate victories, right?
Yeah, you always have to celebrate. That's super important. I agree. But today is Wednesday. So as you said, we talk about business related things today. And I have a topic in place. And today I want to talk about about competition or being an agency like you are at iGoMoon. And being in a field where I think there are a lot of agencies, and the thing is also, I guess now it's not only local agencies in Stockholm, but there are like competitors everywhere, like worldwide, basically. So how do you navigate through a competitional world like this as an agency?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think the first thing that came to my mind when you brought up the question was actually that it's super important to understand who is your competitor, because very often my experience is that the customer tell me, like, let's say in a sales meeting, that we have also the customers say we have also reached out to some other agencies, competitors, and I mean, in our case, we might be the only HubSpot agency they have reached out to. And then it's very important to start communicating and help the customer to understand that, of course, we are in the same industry, but that necessarily doesn't mean that we see the other agencies they are talking to as competitors, because we are doing different things. So that was the first thing that came to mind when you asked the question. And
that's interesting that you say that you don't see it as competition per se, because if everyone has like a certain niche, I think there is the perfect fit for every need, right? And you have like your niche. You said you're working predominantly with SaaS customers, right? In that industry.
Yeah, that's also another part of it. Like, I mean, let's say first the HubSpot platform is like a competitive factor here, and then we are also carving out a niche even more when we are focusing on tech and SaaS companies.
Yeah.
So
you
that's sometimes the customer, they go very broad, so to speak.
Yeah.
And I mean, in Sweden right now, we like I would probably, if you said how many competitors do you have in Sweden? So from an like if you were asking me as an agency, I mean, then we have of course probably 100,000 competitors. But if you understand more what we specialize in and where we are headed as a company, then you realize, okay, like let's say your big 5 competitors, or you have 5 big competitors in Sweden. So yes.
Yeah, you said that it is
It was an
important
answer
to know how who your competitors are, but how much do you think is good to look left and right? Do you look left and right what other agencies are doing, or do you focus on your own stuff the most? What's your take on that?
Honestly, I probably focus way too little on other agencies or my competitors. I never, almost never really, you know, lurking on their websites, and I would probably, I should probably spend more time doing that, to be honest.
Why do you think?
Why? Or
yeah, why do you think you should do that more?
I definitely know why I should not. I need to focus on my business and actually grow the business. I think you know, everything like building. Of course, you can get inspirations, and it could, of course, be good. I mean. But I'm not doing that. I'm trying to execute and build my own business.
Yeah, I respect that a lot, because from my freelancing perspective as a photographer, I've of course looked a lot around, like what do other people charge, what kind of packages do they have, like how does their website look like, and things like that. But I think we've talked about similar things before, that when you look too much left and right, it can also be kind of like numbing, like you just freeze because you have so much input and you don't really know like what is right and which way you should go. And I agree with you. I think the best idea is probably, look around. It's a good idea to see what other people are doing, but do you have to find your own thing. And I think that's so important. If you just copy someone else, it's not gonna get you anywhere. I think I just carved out my own niche, or on the way to do that now, and just sell me, as a persona. This is who I am, and I don't try to copy anyone's packages or website or whatever. I think that's the best idea. But like you said, probably again find like the right way in between of like having an eye out from time to time to seeing what they're doing, but don't get distracted by that, I think.
So but to I think you asked me why I should look at other, why I should look at competitors. I don't know if you said websites, but I started to talk about why I think I should avoid it and actually focus on my own execution. But something that I think is very interesting when I look, because sometimes I do, and then I think it's also very important to understand where is this agency on the scale up journey, so to speak. How big are they, and how many employees do they have? And I think then it's super interesting to understand how they are categorizing and communicating their services, and which how they structure their offer. Basically, that's probably what I'm trying to focus on when I have been looking around what other agencies are doing in the especially in the HubSpot industry. Because there is in one way it's super interesting for us that like we have been HubSpot partners for like 5-6 years, and it's super interesting to look at, let's say, the partners that have been on board with HubSpot for 10 years.
Yeah, that's an interesting point you said there, because you can, like you said, when you just look at agencies itself, you have like thousands of competitors. And if you look at HubSpot agencies, then there are like already a lot less competitors. But also you brought another thing in there that you also need to take into consideration, like on what level are these other competitors, companies, agencies, other photographers. In my case, there are people just starting out, and there are like, in my case now, other photographers have a whole team behind them, and it's hard to compare yourself to someone there who has been in the business for 20 years and have like, perfectly carved out their niche. Because that kind of connects to what I said before, because I feel if you compare yourself also to someone who is like a lot further in their journey to yourself, that is not necessarily a good thing and can kind of make you feel demotivated, but it could also show you where it could be going in the future. And like you said, you like to look at other agencies also in different stages and see how they are doing and how they present themselves and do their deals, right? Yeah. All right. I think that was the topic for today, if you don't have anything to add to that. No. Great topic. Then I would say let's make this a energetic and short episode. In the beginning, it's funny, we planned on doing 5 to 10 minute episodes, and now we're almost every time like 20, 25, 30 minutes, but we just have a lot to say, Yeah. But let's make this a sweet and short one today. Our thoughts on competition. And so everyone watching, thank you. And if you have any thoughts on this topic, we would love to hear that. Like, what's your take on competition? Do you think it's good to take a look around, or should you not do that? Should you only focus on what yourself are doing? Let us know. And if you haven't already, maybe consider to subscribe, like this video, and hopefully see you in the next one. And thank you, Mattias. Okay, thank you. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye. Bye.